Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map and I'm back. I arrived yesterday after a month of holiday in Thailand, as some of you know, and this video is just like a little hello and a little chit chat and just a little welcome. I have to say I missed recording videos and I'm glad to be back. I brought with me whole bag of driftwood, so I'm also excited to be making one soon. Seriously, I got my crystals yesterday, which I bought just before I left for Thailand. They stayed with my family in Warsaw, and it was like, oh, so excited. In this video, I wanted to mention my card of the last month, of the month of March, which was the Wheel of Fortune, just because I thought it was so freaking stunningly, amazingly poignant. So the whole month of March I was traveling, and as we know, Wheel of Fortune often means travels, it means changes, it means rotation, it means changing directions, and going round and round and round. So it's definitely about movement. It's a moving card, and here I show you some representations of Wheel of Fortune. So this is from the Shining Tribe Tarot, and this is from the Wisdom of Animals Tarot. So there's a spinner. Whenever we see the Wheel of Fortune, we often think of fate or of our own responsibility to spin our own life, the thread of our own lives. This is from the Shades of Magic Tarot. It's this beautiful black and white Wheel of Fortune with some sigils. Often this is, and this is from the Femme Erotique Tarot. You are lucky. So this take is more on the roundness of life and lucky, like a lucky fortuna kind of thing. And I loved it that it had the hula hoop, because I took my hula hoop to Thailand with me, so that's cool. There's also an interesting story, because I went in Thailand to a 4-day Vipassana course, Vipassana meditation, and it was a walking meditation most of the time. Because there's two types of Vipassana. One is when you go for the 10-day course and it's mostly sitting, no speaking, nothing. And this one is like mixture of walking and sitting, but we mostly did the walking. But what was interesting on the gates of the temple when we were doing this Vipassana was this like amazing wheel with spikes, and it was the main kind of theme on the big temple. And so in this respect, Wheel of Fortune often is a card of karma and of repetitive motion of our lives, and often we catch ourselves doing repetitive stuff until we actually learn the lesson. So often Wheel of Fortune is a lesson card and something which we do repetitively until we get it. And instead of being in the wheel, we can be in the center of the wheel, when we can observe and take the stance of observer and see how things actually come and go, and they don't have to affect us so much. We can choose. And this beautiful from Margaret Peterson. This was from the Tarot Droga, the Polish deck. And this Wheel of Life from Margaret Peterson. So when you're in the center, that's where the pearl, to me that looks like a pearl. And that's when you find, the pearl and the treasure of life. And this from Victoria Regina Tarot. This has this Buddhist feel of the Wheel of Karma, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Life, and all these different states we can go through. This is from Nora Huska Tarot, the Wheel. I love the little face when you look, you can look and do not see the face, but when you look from kind of far away, so you take a little detached view on life, you see a totally different picture. And I love the idea of how many pictures you can see, and this is also how many approaches to life we can create by ourselves. This is from Holy Simple Tarot. Often Wheel of Fortune can also symbolize our moods and something, you know, when we pull Wheel of Fortune as a day card, you don't expect every day to be like, you know, mind-blowing. So often it simply signifies like changes of mood, changes of your approach to something, you know, like just changing nature of reality. So this is quite cool as well, as you can get like different phases of the day. In my case, Wheel of Fortune definitely symbolized the change of seasons, because I went from like winter in Poland to this amazing summer in Thailand, or actually already winter in Thailand, but to me it was summer. So often that's the more shamanic approach, you know, changing signs of the zodiac, changing seasons. This is from the Tree Tarot, and this is from the Gaian Tarot. And there's also this herbal tarot. I wanted to check what herb they picked, and it's slippery elm, which actually fits also quite well, because, you know, often when we go to Asia you have like stomach issues, so slippery elm definitely helps with that kind of thing. And that's medicine wheel, which is gorgeous. This looks really cool too, because it definitely has the travel, you know, the boats which I was on, trains, planes, and stuff like this. So it shows the movement of things. And this was from Saki Saki Tarot. This is from Nigel Jackson Tarot. You know, the fate kind of, and the changing nature of a life. You on the top, but you definitely will get to the bottom at some point. And that's the Tough Tarot, and also the Fortune in a Voyager Tarot. It was so funny, I pulled it off obviously in the beginning of March, just before I left, and there's this crashing plane. I looked at it and go, let's not take it literally. And that's the point. Sometimes tarot, it's not a literal thing, but we do read pictures. So it's interesting, and we have to find this detachment to the picture, so we don't take it like it's, you know, the picture often is serving as a metaphor. So it's not necessarily like death card, it's not dying. Also the little falling plane, like my plane didn't crash, and I was on many planes this month, but in a way that crashing plane can symbolize, you know, a dramatic change of approach to life, or dramatic change of your point of view and stuff like this. So this was my card of March, which was really fascinating that it happened for March, the Wheel of Fortune. My card of this month is the Hanged Man. You can see I put all the hangmans out there, which I liked, but I will speak about it another time. And I also wanted to show, I went on a little bit of the buying spree. Just before I left, I was so happy with my collection. I didn't want any decks. I didn't really care about, you know, swapping for much. Like, I was so happy. And then I went to Thailand, and I took only 2 decks with me, or actually 3, but like Aurasoma Tarot, the classic tarot, which was a Marseille deck, and the tiny little miniature of Toph. And somehow I felt deprived of all my decks. So just before, actually, the Starchild Tarot, the edition without borders, was a gift from my husband for Christmas, but it was a pre-order and it just arrived, and so that was waiting for me, and I will speak about it maybe another time. I just wanted to show you. So I came back to the Starchild Tarot, and then also I did get the life design cards from Lisa McLaughlin, because I love so much her tree cards. And this one comes with little guidebook, and has, you know, the tree cards and the plant alley cards, they have like descriptions on the back of the cards. So this one has this beautiful bags, different colors symbolizing different seasons, and then the cards have like a collage feel, and I have to play with them to actually, you know, say something about them, but they were waiting for me as well. So I will be getting back to you with all of these decks. I just want to show you what else I have. And then I got this cool Spanish tarot, and they're quite readily available. I actually went onto the Spanish sites to check for them, because on eBay they were from 30 euros up, and I found one from 1975 for 9 euros. So you can check on Spanish sites, you can Google translate everything, and I was communicating with a lady from Spain who didn't speak English, so you can do it. And this deck is so cool. I just love the colors. And there is a new version of this deck. It's also called Spanish Tarot. It's also from Fournier, I think. Yeah, this is the printer. But the new version, like if you can't afford this one, like I would definitely get the new one as well. But the new version is just, you know, the colors obviously are a little bit because they're very orange. So when you see the new version, all the faces are quite orange. Like here you have a little bit variations in shades as well. So for example, Temperance and the Queen of Cups, it's quite more orange than the pages. But in general, it has just like amazing colors. It's got blues and just crazy colors. And it says it's a reproduction of tarot of 1736, and it can be found for near museum in Victoria in Spain. So these are the backs. So this deck, I'm really excited about it, and of course as a vintage deck it feels so cool. And I also I was approached by this Watkins Publishing to do a review of the Wisdom Seekers Tarot, which is awesome, and that came yesterday, so I will be showing you this deck as well. And what I bought in Thailand when I was in Kinokuniya. If you're ever in Bangkok and you wonder where to buy tarot decks, Kinokuniya is the way to go. And again, Chrysalis Tarot. I never ever had this deck on my wish list. Never. I was very surprised that I suddenly felt so drawn to this deck. So this is like Wheel of Fortune again, you know, when you just go from one spike to another, and something which you didn't even consider at some point becomes like, I have to play with this deck. So I had a reading with this deck for myself when I got it, and it was so incredible. I actually really enjoyed the little booklet which Tony Brooks has written. The High Priestess in this deck is based on my really good friend, personal good friend, which I lived with and known for years. She was approached by Holly Sierra, and she based the High Priestess on my friend Ivana, which is really funny. So now when I see the High Priestess, I have to kind of cut her out. And the other deck I got in Thailand was this beautiful Goddess Oracle. And it's just, I love it. I know that most of you know about this deck because, again, it's not an very new deck. I wish, of course, there were no white borders and blah blah blah, but I actually won't trim it. If you want to see it trimmed, Lisa from Tarot Alchemist, she trimmed it totally. She didn't even leave the names, and it looks beautiful, but I don't mind, and I love the names. So this is my favorite, Atoms. Love her. So this deck has really amazing artwork, and it was done by Hrana Janto, or Janto, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So I couldn't just walk past it, and I bought these two decks in Thailand. So these decks, as you can see, quite a lot of them have joined my collection, and I have to say I was a little bit on the hangover after buying those decks, but what do you do? Well, I think maybe for hello, that's it, and I will definitely come back very soon with new videos. So hi everyone, and I'm excited to be back.